At my birthday dinner, the laughter still echoed in my head long after I left the restaurant. It wasn't mine. It never was. The sound of my son's voice, small and trembling with innocence, was the knife. Useless father. 7 years old. He had no idea what those words meant. He only knew he had heard them before, echoing through a phone line while his mother whispered into someone else's ear. The table had roared with laughter. My wife had wiped tears from her eyes. My friends, my family, they laughed too. I smiled, I raised my glass, I excused myself. Inside, my chest was hollowed out, a grave no one noticed. That night, I slid new locks onto the doors. I called the bank and froze the loan her company depended on. At 8:09 a.m., her firm sent her the message. Cars, assets, accounts, gone. I stood in the kitchen, pouring black coffee, when her scream broke the silence. That was my birthday gift to myself, and it was only the beginning. For months I had ignored the signs. Late calls she took on the balcony, smiles that didn't belong to me, her sudden interest in working late, though her firm's lights were dark by 7. I had told myself it was stress, business, fatigue. But when your son repeats a phrase with such clarity, you can't pretend anymore. Useless father. A child doesn't invent betrayal, he absorbs it. I replayed her laughter in my mind, slow and cruel. Not embarrassed, not ashamed. She laughed because in that moment I was reduced to a joke, a disposable man at his own birthday dinner. My silence became my shield, and my silence became her mistake. I moved carefully. The first step was her phone. I didn't need the passcode. Her face unlocked it while she slept beside me. The call log was thin, scrubbed clean. Too clean. But emails leave shadows. Buried in her archives, I found recurring invoices addressed to a law consultant I had never met. He wasn't her client. He was something else. I said nothing. I smiled at breakfast, kissed her cheek before work. She believed my silence was trust. It was surveillance. I ordered a DNA kit. Just one. Not for me, for my son. The envelope arrived plain, harmless, tucked under bills and grocery flyers. She never noticed when I slid the swab across his cheek, told him it was a game. He laughed. Innocent, trusting, unlike her. While waiting for the results, I kept watching. Late-night showers where she hummed, glowing from a voice on the other end of her phone. A second phone, cheap, hidden in the glove box of her car. I held it in my hand one night, scrolled through messages I already knew the shape of. Can't wait to see you. He suspects nothing. I love you. I closed it, placed it back. Patience. The DNA results came on a Tuesday morning. I read them at my desk with the blinds half closed. Not mine, not my blood. My son, the boy who called me useless father at my birthday dinner, wasn't mine. I sat still for a long time. No rage, no tears, only stillness. The kind of silence that weighs more than screams. That evening, I placed the envelope on the table. She returned from work, heels clicking, still radiating the perfume of someone else's attention. "What's this?" she asked, reaching for it. I said nothing. I just watched. Her hands shook before she even opened it. She knew. Deep down, she knew the walls were collapsing. When she read the words, her breath snapped short. "This isn't," she started. "True," I finished. Calm, flat. Her mouth opened, but no sound came. Only tears. Real this time. I didn't move, didn't console, didn't rage. I let her sit in the silence I had been drowning in for years. The next morning, she found her office sealed, the cars repossessed, bank accounts frozen. The man she whispered to was no longer answering, his number disconnected. I had erased her world as quietly as she had erased mine. When she begged, it wasn't for love. It was for survival. "You can't do this. You'll ruin me." I almost smiled. Almost. "I already did," I whispered. She dropped to the floor, sobbing, clawing at the tiles as though her tears could dissolve the locks I had sealed around her life. I didn't shout. I didn't gloat. I simply turned my back. Her collapse was louder than anything I could have said. Now the house is quiet. Too quiet. My son sleeps in the next room, unaware of the truth. For him, I will still be father. He doesn't need to know that bloodlines are paper thin, fragile as lies. But she knows. Every breath she takes now is inside the cage she built for herself. I locked. I sit in the dark kitchen, sipping cold coffee, staring at the empty chair across from me. I don't miss her. I don't hate her. She is simply irrelevant. I was never a useless father, but she was always a useless wife. And now, she has nothing left to laugh about.